Hi to all. I'm Dr. M. Vijay Kumar, Assistant Professor from Mechanical Engineering at Mallareddy Engineering College, Autonomous. Welcome to all for today's session. So today's session is going to be on steam turbine. The content of the steam turbine is we are going to have the introduction and its history, classification of steam turbine and its working. Means working is the how the power plant working mechanism is going to be, and advantages and disadvantages of steam turbine and its application. So all these topics we are going to discuss. Right. What is steam turbine? Here the definition of the steam turbine: a steam turbine is a prime mover. So here what will happen, how does the prime mover means the turbines rotates. Okay, here how does the turbine rotates means in which the potential energy of the steam will be having potential energy. So when that steam comes out from the nozzle, so it will get transferred into kinetic energy, and later it turns to transform into mechanical energy. So here when it's converted into kinetic energy, that steam will start hitting the turbines, and when it start hits the blades, what will happen, the runner will be rotated. The runner is mounted on the shaft, thus the shaft will be rotating, and that shaft is connected to the generator. Okay, so this is how the mechanical energy is getting converted. That mechanical energy will be converted into electrical energy. Okay, right, that is what the definition is. And there's another definition: the turbine in which thermal energy of the steam. So here in the boiler there will be a water. That water, we are going to give the energy to the water. That water, what will happen, it will get converted into steam. So that steam will be having some heat content, so heat energy will be having. So when it converted into heat energy in the form of steam, so is first converted into kinetic, and then later that thermal energy steam will be converted into kinetic energy by the help of the nozzles, and later it will be converted into mechanical energy. So that kinetic energy hits the blades, and when it starts hitting the blade, so the turbine will be rotating. So that is how the mechanical energy will be generated. Okay, this are at last what will happen, the electricity will be produced. So this is called as a steam turbine. Okay, right. So the history of the steam turbine. So Charles Pearson, he was the person who has introduced the steam turbine in 1884. So he was the first person who has connected the steam turbine with the dynamometer, and he has generated 7.5 kilowatt, or means 10.1 HP of electricity. He was the first person who has introduced the steam turbine with 7.5 kilowatt electricity. Okay, right. You can see here is the schematic diagram. So here you can see there are some of the most important components. Here is the boiler and here is the steam turbine. You can see this is the steam turbine, and this steam turbine is coupled with the generator, and the generator, here in the generator the power will be developed. And you can see another component, this is called condenser, and here you can see there is a water pump. Okay, and one, two, three, four, and five, there are five important components are available here. Okay, you can see the direction of the flow. So the direction of the flow is in and a clockwise direction, but it is not in anti-clockwise direction. As we all know that clockwise direction are power producing cycles. Okay, when it rotates in a clockwise direction, it indicates that these are power producing, means power generated devices, power generated power plants. If it is, suppose it is in an anti-clockwise direction, means it means that it is power consuming power consuming devices. Okay, like refrigerators, fans. Okay, there are many more things which are power consuming devices. Okay, you can see here when it is in a clockwise direction, it indicates that it is a power producing power plants. Okay, right. Let us understand what are these components are. Okay, right. So here is the boiler. In the boiler, the water will be there. So that water should be converted into steam. So how that water is getting converted into steam, we need to supply the energy to the water, means we need to give the heat to the water. So what will happen when we supply the energy to the water, what will happen, the water will get converted into steam. It means that the phase change transfer takes place here. Okay, the water will get converted into steam. So when steam will be converted, that high pressure steam will be sent to this turbine. Okay, The high pressure steam will be sent to the turbine by the help of the nozzles. Okay, so here before the turbine steam turbine, it will, the nozzle will be there, so that high pressure energy will be converted into kinetic energy by the help of the nozzles. Okay, when high kinetic energy, high velocity steam will be generated, that will start hitting the turbine here. Okay, so when it hits the turbine, what will happen here? The turbine starts rotates. Okay, those turbines are mounted on this shaft. Okay, if turbines rotates, what will happen? The shaft also will be rotating. Okay, here you can see to the other side the generator was coupled to this shaft. So when the shaft will be rotating, obviously this shaft also inside the generator also will be rotating. So when the shaft starts rotating, what will happen? EMF will be generated. So that EMF, when EMF is generated, what will happen? The power will be produced. Okay, the electricity will be produced. So that electricity will be sent to the household in the form of transmission lines and transformers. Okay, right. Then what will happen? When the steam has entered into this, the turbine starts rotating and the steam comes out from this region. Okay, so the steam comes out from this region with little bit high velocity and little bit high pressure. Okay, when it starts coming out from this condenser, you can see here is the condenser. So what does the condenser does means, when the steam will start flowing through this condenser, what will happen? Here also the phase change takes place, means the steam will get converted into water. Okay, the amount of heat will be get rejected here. Okay, when the heat is trapped and it is rejected to the atmosphere. Okay, so cooling kind of thing will be done. So here the steam will get converted into the water. So that water will be feed back to this boiler again. Okay, it's sent back to the boiler by the help of the pump here. Okay, right. So what does this pump does? It will takes the water and lifts to the boiler. Fine. So this is how the steam. This is the power plant schematic diagram. This is how it works. Okay. Right. The classification of steam turbine. So most of the steam turbines are classified into two types. One is impulse turbine, another is reaction turbine. So based on this, the steam turbines will be categorized. Okay, what does the impulse turbine means? At the inlet of the turbine, when at the inlet of the turbine, only the kinetic energy of the steam will be available. Means there will be no potential energy, only the kinetic energy will be there. Okay, for the impulse turbine. If you look into the reaction turbine, at the inlet of the turbine, the kinetic energy as well as the potential energy of the steam is available. Here what will be there? When the steam starts flowing through the turbines, so what will happen? There will be a kinetic energy and as well as there will be a potential energy. When here in impulse turbine, when the steam starts flowing through the turbine, only kinetic energy will be there. Okay, but no pressure energy will be seen here. So this is how it can be categorized. Yeah. If, yeah. Impulse turbine. Let us understand in a brief way. You can see this is the shaft. Over the shaft there is the runner. Okay. Over this runner, you can see the blades are mounted on the runner. Okay. So surrounding to this, there is a casing part. Okay, the casing part is there. So inside the casing, you can see there is a blade as well as runner, and there is a shaft. Okay, right. So blades are also called as vanes also. Right. This part is the casing, and this part is called as blades, and this is the runner part. This part, and this is the shaft, and this is the nozzle. Okay, from this nozzle, the steam comes out. Okay, right. So let me understand how the pressure energy will get converted into kinetic energy. Okay. So this pressure energy will get converted into kinetic energy, where it will get converted in the nozzle itself. Okay. So here you can see this is the nozzle part. This part is the nozzle part. You can see here there is a high cross section area, and you can see here is a low cross section area. Okay, there is a small cross sectional area. So when the steams come, when steams flowing through this channel, what will happen? There a high pressure will be there, and you can see there is a throat. Okay, you can see a small cross sectional area. When it starts, when the steam starts flowing, the high pressure energy start flowing through this channel, what will happen? This high pressure energy will get converted into kinetic energy. Okay, so that kinetic energy, it will be in the form of jet. Fine, right. So that kinetic energy, it will generate a high velocity. That high velocity steam, the high velocity steam will be generated by the help of this nozzle. That high pressure velocity starts hitting these blades. Okay, when high pressure velocity starts hitting the blade, what will happen here, the when it start it impinges, it will impinges on the blades. When it starts hitting, when the steam high pressure velocity start hitting the blade, what will happen here, the turbine starts, the blade starts rotating. As the blade starts rotating, the runner also rotates, because those things are mounted on the runner. And as the runner rotates, the shaft also will be rotating. Okay, when the shaft starts rotating, what will happen, the other side there is a generator. Here this shaft also will be rotating. And because these both are coupled, this shaft and here generator shaft, both things are getting coupled. As this shaft is rotated, and even inside the generator shaft also will be rotated. When the shaft rotates, the EMF will be generated here. So here finally what will happen, what will be obtained, the power will be produced, means the electricity will be produced here. As when the steam starts flowing, you can see there are n number of blades which are mounted on the runner. You can see there are another blades also over the runners. There are one, two, three, four runners are there. You can see here. Okay, four impellers are there here, right? So when it starts flowing, let us see how the pressure and the velocity profiles looks. Okay, when the steam starts flowing through this nozzle as well as through the blades. Okay, you can see here there is a graph here, vertical and horizontal axis. And you can see there are two sections. Here is the first section. So this section is related to the nozzle. And here is another section. There is a blades. Okay, so between this blade, what will be flowing, the steam will be flowing here. So inside this nozzle, what will be flowing, the steam will be flowing, high pressure steam will be flowing here. So when the steam is flowing through this nozzle, we can see the velocity and the pressure variation. Let us see here at this section, to this section of the nozzle. We can see here when the you can see there will be high pressure. So when the steam is flowing through this nozzle, at this cross sectional area, you can see there will be a high pressure. So initially it will be very high pressure when it enters to the nozzle. Okay, when it comes out from the nozzle, what will happen, slowly the pressure is getting down, the pressure energy is getting down, and you can see the kinetic energy, means the velocity is getting increased here. Okay, because these things are, this seems to be like a convergent profile. Okay, so in the convergent profile, what will be happen, the pressure will fall down and the velocity will get increased. The pressure energy is getting down and kinetic energy is getting increased. Okay, right. So the high kinetic energy will be produced with high velocity. That high velocity steam will be hitting these blades. So that steam will be flowing between the two blades. Okay, when it flows through the two blades, how does the pressure and the velocity profile looks here? You can see here when it starts flowing through these blades, you can see the velocity is getting down, the velocity profile is getting reduced, and you can see the pressure is getting constant. Here the pressure is constant here, right? So you can say here there will be only the kinetic energy, but no pressure energy will be available here. Okay, because you can see the pressure has come down, and it is consistently when the steam starts flowing through this all these blades, what will the the pressure will be constant throughout this process. Okay, when the steam flows through this turbine, right? So here there will be in impulse turbine, only the kinetic energy will be there. There will be no pressure energy. This is the reason. Okay, fine. Now let us understand the reaction turbine. You can see this is the shaft. Over the shaft, the runner is mounted. Over this runner, you can see the blades are mounted here. Okay, there are n number of blades. Okay, right. So you can see there are two different parts of blades. One is fixed blade. Okay, and another one is moving blade. Moving blade means the blade starts rotating. Here this fixed blades will be constant. This fixed blades means it will be constant, but it will not rotate. These are rigid. Okay, and first will be the fixed blade, and later after this what will be moving blade. This will be rotating. As the blades are rotating, the runner will rotate, and as well as the shaft also will be rotating. Okay, next, Next, after these moving blades, you can see there is another one, fixed blade, means stationary blades. Means this stationary blades or fixed blades acts like a guide vanes. Means it will guide the steam so that it will hits the runner blades in a proper direction. So when it guides properly, so what will happen? Optimum efficiency will be increased. You can see there are these are the fixed blades. This is the runner, fixed blades, runner, fixed blades, runner. Okay, right. Two stages. There are three stages you can see here. One, two, three. Three fixed stages for fixed blades and three stages for moving blades. You can see here, right? So here the nozzle converts some part of pressure energy into the kinetic energy. Now let us understand here from this program. You can see. So when uh, so you can see here, if you look into the pressure and velocity profile, you can see there are four sections. In the first section, you can see there is a fixed blade, and next section, what will be there? There is a moving blades, and next one stationary blades. Okay, it means that fixed blade, next runner blades, next fixed blades, next runner blades, like that. Okay, so finally, from the nozzle, the steam will be coming out with higher velocity. Fine, right? So when it start hitting the blade, what will be happen? When it starts hits the blade slowly, when it passes through the between the two blades, between the two fixed blades, what will be happening? The pressure, the velocity is getting increased. You can see the blue color line, the blue color curve is represented to the velocity, and dotted line, black color dotted line are represented for the pressure. Okay, pressure profiles, right? Don't get confused here, right? So when the steam starts flowing through the fixed blades, between the two fixed blades, so you can see here the velocity profile is getting increased. The velocity is getting increased, and parallelly, what is happening? The pressure, the high, high pressure is getting down. It is getting reduced here. Okay, so this is happening for the fixed blade. When the steam passes through the moving blades, what will happen? So still the pressure is getting down. When it start moving from the moving blade, what is happening? The velocity is getting so the velocity is getting reduced. You can see here the velocity is getting reduced. Again, when the steam starts moving through the another fixed blades, between the two fixed blades, what is happening? Still the pressure is getting reduced and velocity is increased further. Okay, right. Then after, what is happening in the runner blades? What is happening? Still the pressure is getting downer and downer. It is keep on reducing. But what is happening? There is a variation that the velocity profile, you can see it is decreasing. Okay, this is how it's happening. So from this is the pressure and velocity profile for the reaction turbine. Fine. You can see here the difference between the impulse turbine and the reaction turbine. You can see here in impulse turbine there won't be any pressure energy, but there will be a high kinetic energy. So you can see the pressure energy throughout this process, throughout this runner. You can see here means throughout the rotating blades. You can see the pressure is constant. Pressure energy is very lower. Okay, right. But you can see here the velocity is increased and decreased, and further it increased and decreased, like that. Okay, if it has more number of stages, means, right? So here in this reaction turbine, you can see the pressure energy as well as the kinetic energy. Two things are been happening here. Okay, so this is the major difference between the impulse turbine and the reaction turbine. So based on these profiles, velocity and the kinetic energy and the pressure energy, we can differ it. We can classify it. Fine. Next, advantages of steam turbine. So it has an immense loading bearing capacity. In these power plants are highly reliable. The cost of maintenance and lubrication of the steam turbine is less. The steam turbine works with any kind of boiler. Okay, whatever the kind of boiler you brings, what will happen? The steam turbines, it will be start functioning. But based on the capacity, it means that the boiler has to sustain the high pressures. Based on the capacity of the turbine, we need to provide the high capacity boilers. Okay, if we consider the for high capacity turbines, if you consider a low capacity boilers. In that cases, it won't give uh, good efficiency. Okay, good output. Right. So disadvantage. What are the disadvantages of steam turbine? There is more specific amount. There is some specific amount of time required to start and stop the turbine. Yeah, exactly. So this is one of the major disadvantage of the steam turbine. So what will happen when you supply the heat? So immediately, if you want to run the turbine, it cannot run. Okay, it need to take, you have to start heating the boiler. Means what you are heating the water. That water has to get converted into steam. So immediately it cannot convert it into steam. No, it has to take some, it will be taking some time. So immediately the power cannot be generated. So the turbine cannot be operated. Fine, it takes lot of time. It takes some time. It won't take more time, but it will take some time. So immediate power generation cannot be happen immediately. In the same scenario, if you want to stop the turbine, so in the same, it takes some time. So you cannot you cannot stop the turbine immediately, right? Right. So this is one of the major disadvantages of the steam turbine. And what is another disadvantage? It is it also needs expensive. It also needs expensive and high pressure boilers to produce steam. Yeah, initially whenever we purchase the steam power plant, so initial cost will be very efficiency, and in order to have high power generation, high pressure boilers are used. Okay, so low pressure boilers should not be used, because what will happen, there are chances that inside the boiler the high pressure should be generated, high pressure energy should be generated, so that there should not be happen any kind of explosion in the boiler. So standard boilers should be there. So the cost of those will be very expensive. Right. So those are the advantages and disadvantages. And the application of steam turbine. So most of the steam turbines are used in steam power plants only for power generation only. So where it is used in thermal power plant, these steam turbines are used, and geothermal power plants, nuclear power plant, and as well as for solar power plant also. And in many of the manufacturing units also, many industries also, the steam power plant also be used. Okay. Right. Yeah, that's all for today's session. Thank you all.